Hello, today I'd like to go over Chapter 1, how to set your database connection to your own database instead of master database. When you connect to database, I want you to set default database to be your own database. So I'll show you how to do. Then I will show you how to do create tables, primary key constraints, unique constraints, foreign key constraints, check constraints, how these will work in the database. Finally, I'll go into database diagram, also called Entity Relationship Modeling, ERM. Assignment, Chapter 1 and answer the questions on this. This file can be found on the oracle.dbstudy.edu web server. And once you complete this one here, you get 20 points. And this is due 3 weeks from Monday. Create an entity diagram using the 4 tables shown in the video clip. I'm going to show you how to create the tables and connect all 4 tables and create ER entity relationship diagram. Answer the questions in this, and this file can be found on the web server. And how to do create. Once you're done, then run this query that allows you to save your work. Okay, so let's get more detail here. How to set your DB connection to your own database. So here, when you connect to your database, click Connect Database. This is how you can set your default database. You enter your username, password, and click Options. In Options, Connect to Database, you select arrow button, Browse Servers. It will take browsing available database on the server, requires connection to server. This may take a few moments. Okay, say yes. And it shows you all the databases created in this on this server. I think I created 47 databases for this semester. Choose the database you own, and that would be your default database. So in this case, this is my database. I click this, OK, and save this one here. Then you enter your username and password, and remember password. Okay? So that's how you set your default database. So if you don't want to see this all the time, say Option here, and it shows a small version here. Then you say Connect. So anytime you connect to the server, your default database will be your own database there. Okay. So connect to this, and you put the query, and you see the your default database right here, shown here. Okay. Next one, creating tables, creating constraints. So creating constraints. The file can be found on here. So creating your own, open this script here, and paste. So how does it work? Creating. Well, you have a DB scripts there, and it starts with the create table, followed by the name of the table. Okay? These are the columns: employee, last name, first name, title. All these are columns. And this is what you call data type, and your default values there. Also, you can see the primary key, followed by the table name here. And it says employee. So what you see is that this is the primary key in this table. And you see a foreign key there. So manager ID, you see in here, within here, you should be able to find this one here. So this is the manager ID. This is the foreign key in this table, but this column in the manager table, this would be the primary key. Okay. The next one is the constraints. Check with the check. So you see the check date. So if someone enters the birth date here, it's going to check whether the date is current, the date is a past time. meaning if someone put the future birthday, then it will fail. So that's what you call check. Make sure the value is within the certain range. So birthday should be less than or equal to the current time. That's what it means. Next one, unique constraints. Unique constraints similar to primary. Primary key is the column value must be unique value, but primary key is similar to unique. But what is the difference between these two? Primary key does not allow null value, whereas the unique allows null value. So that's only the difference. And also primary key comes with the index. Database diagram, entity relationship modeling, ERM. How do you create it? Well, open the SQL Management Studio and go into your database and right click on this your database, and under here you will see database diagram. Right click this one here, mouse button, and new database diagram opens up. Choose that one, and you're gonna choose add sales, orders, shippers, customers. So you're adding 4 tables and say close. Then let me enlarge this one here. Enlarge this one here. So you see on 4 tables on here. So basically, in rather than in the black and white screen here, instead of looking this, you can also look at the diagram modeling. So you can easily see the relationship between these 4 tables. That's what you call entity relationship modeling. For example, order ID is coming from the order table. So this is the primary key here. And uh, what is the relationship between shippers and orders? Well, the shipper ID is a primary key there, but this key, the value column, must exist in here. So you see the shipper ID exists in this order table. So you have a relationship between shippers and the orders. And the relationship is shipper ID is the primary key in this table, but the shipper ID in here is the what you call foreign key. So on here, and you also see the customers and the orders. You see on the column customer, but you will find the customer ID also here. So this is the foreign key. The customer ID is the foreign key in this order table, or customer ID in the customer table is the primary key, as you can see with the key symbol. If you want to see more detail, right click on the line, click property, and you will see more detail. Expand the table column specification. You see the foreign key based table is orders, and primary unique key based is customers. So you can see the relationship. So once you're done with this one here, and you click save and type the name of the your diagram would be my first ER diagram. Copy this and paste this, and you save OK. Then that's how you create the ER modeling. So you can easily visualize the relationships between tables using this. Okay. So once you create this one here and go ahead to the refresh, and you see the database relationship you just created here. Click this again, or if you want to click it, it can open, it can create multiple diagram, and you can easily visualize it. Next one is the answered questions in this quiz2.sql. So you go into this one here, download this file, chapter 1 quiz 2, and answer the questions. So open this, query, paste, and you have create this, then enter your student ID, and let's say your ID is the something like this. Enter it, whatever your student ID is, and read the chapter 1 and answer the following questions. Let me enlarge this one here. So what is the DB constraints? Explain in 1 or 2 sentences. All solutions should be in the chapter 1. What does the entity relationship stands for? And what does the OLTP stands for? And data warehouse and etc. So answer these questions. Once you're done, you say run this. In order to save it, all I have to do is run this one, execute. Probably this time this will fail because I already created name like those. So I'm going to first delete that one. Refresh. So here I'm going to delete this one here. Delete. Okay, that's gone. So that means I can create this one here, enter this, and enter the value, the answers to these questions. Then you say execute. Then it says command complete successfully. Okay. So now, if you try to, let's say you modify, oh, you forgot your student ID is missing or something. So now enter this, and if you try to run this again, this will fail. It will say there is already an object named this. So what you need to do is change create to alter. Okay. Then you should be able to save it. Okay. So once you create this, modifying it, then you have to use the alter command. So once you're done with this part 2, then you need to run this query here. Copy this and run this. That means the informing me that you're complete quiz number 2. As usual, no resubmission allowed. So before you run this command, make sure you complete all these assignments. If you change after you're submitting this, running this, and if you modify, correcting this, some of the stuff will not work. Okay, I go based on the time you run this one here. So please make sure all the assignments are complete before you run this command. So copy this one here and run it within your Management Studio. This and run it. So that means they are once you're done with your assignment. Okay, that's all.